Ted This podcast, NBA Preview West Division. Conference, whatever. And we're back. We're going to talk about the Southwest Division. We have the defending champs, San Antonio.
Manu
Ginobili. And these guys seem to get younger and stay viable every year. Like
I don't know about the younger thing, but the
Nah,
viable
dude.
thing is very correct.
Nah, dude, because they got Austin Day, who
They had a good draft.
was on his way out. And Austin Day, they're going to make him a viable NBA player.
I don't know why you guys wrote last ride on this board. This is not the Spurs' last ride.
This is not their last
No.
ride.
Timmy's last ride. Tim
Oh,
Duncan's
Timmy
last ride.
specific.
And then they
Okay,
got
yeah.
Kyle Anderson, who I didn't think was going to be an NBA player.
Watch how good Kyle
But he
Anderson's
went to
gonna
the
be
so
Spurs,
good.
and now he's going to be a great NBA player.
I feel like he's everyone picked to be like an impactful rookie, and he's gonna make the All NBA rookie first team.
Corey Joseph shouldn't be.
That's
going to
be rookie of the year.
No way he's rookie
No,
of the
there's
year.
no way he's
No,
rookie of the year.
he's
Well,
not gonna
Jabari
be.
Parker is gonna get all the shots and all the minutes in Milwaukee.
Jabari Parker is going to shoot the ball 25 times a game.
Rookie of the year, bold prediction.
Thank you, John.
John, is he white?
I don't care.
They still have Patty Mills.
Way to go, John.
Yeah,
Way
yeah,
to go.
they do.
So progressive.
The thing, but
They-
you're right. The
they-
thing about, and it really shown through. It's shown through in the playoffs, and especially against the Heat, the depth that this team was able to build around.
Whoa! I just heard mutter. Like I felt like I was in the Charlie Brown classroom just now, and I heard absolutely nothing.
What are you saying now? Just shut up.
This team has managed to to stay young, and like they just make these pickups, and they always seem to work for them.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
just so good at basketball.
Despite-
Even if you dislike them, they pass the ball so well and make it look They make it look fun.
They got Edere Messina to be an assistant coach. He's like the winningest coach of all time in EuroLeague.
and now they have Becky Hammond.
They have
Another
Becky
feel
Hammond.
good story.
Becky Hammond is
as if they needed another feel good story.
They're gonna coach. She's gonna coach an NBA team at some point. She's gonna be the head coach of a team.
Is Popovich going with the Beard again this year?
They're
'Cause,
gonna be
these are the kind of things we have to talk
So
about.
they got Edere Messina, Becky Hammond, and Popovich has a beard. Like I'm sorry, like
They are gonna be such a good 2 seed.
Go Spurs, go.
Tim Duncan, like I said, is gonna play 15 minutes a game, average 8 and 5, and rest. He might not even play every game. He's gonna play every other game.
We coming back for them. I remember.
Never forget.
The North.
Wait.
The North remembers.
What will you remember? What did you?
I-
Yeah, I don't think you want to remember that.
I
think
do.
You want to like erase that. from
I
your
will
memory.
never forget that. I do. I remember that.
Never forget. But anyway, this is a great team. John,
Oh, John, did you do your white
Aaron
guy?
Baines? No,
Manu.
no, he's Italian.
He is from Argentina.
Italian.
Hispanic.
Okay.
John, you did
Everybody always says he's Italian. Argentina. He walks
Argentina.
around
Okay,
with the
he
flag
has an
all
Italian
the time.
passport.
And they
bro.
always call him Euro. Like what?
He has an
The
Italian.
Euro
He
step.
has an Italian passport, bro.
It doesn't matter. He's from Argentina.
But he's Argentinian.
What you want me to say? Thiago Splitter? He's from Brazil. So
No,
That's true, John
I
really
was gonna
doesn't
say
have one.
Aaron Baines. I was gonna say Aaron Baines.
look,
Like you did to
Ginobili. Done.
Done.
so
I'm with it.
And then like I feel like Corey Joseph is gonna play productive minutes, and Patty Mills is gonna just.
They're just gonna be fantastic.
They're just gonna Spurs it.
and crush teams.
That's the
They're gonna
verb.
be so great.
I think
Spurs
at
it.
some point, like, what if Popovich is like, you know what? Let's try go for that 27-game winning streak.
I feel like if Mike,
Let's just
I feel
run
like,
through teams.
You know what I feel like would happen? I feel like they'd be like, let's get Mike Beasley, and then he's gonna be a good NBA player
No.
somehow.
I don't,
No.
I don't think Popovich
No.
is ever
He
gonna
does not
go.
want
He's
Mike
not gonna
Beasley.
do that.
He rather fat Boris Diaw, who's
See, the thing-
guarded LeBron effectively.
Popovich doesn't get just
Shut
anybody.
him down.
Their front office vets. They vet people better than I think the U.S. government does.
It's like an FBI.
Yeah,
like trying
it's
to get
not-
a job with them.
He's not a Popovich.
Who
he-
guy.
thought
he was a
Patty
spy,
Mills
so-
would be that productive?
Me, I loved him in college at St. Mary's when he dropped 30 on Oregon his first game in college.
Yeah.
Loved
No, I wanted Portland to keep him. I remember having him, and then he
Loved
just
him. And then he
wasn't
showed
in shape.
out in the Olympics
He just
against
wasn't in
Team
shape.
USA. He had like 30 on them. He was great. I loved him.
I want to see how Kawhi Leonard's game is going to change, though, because he's going to have to take on more of the load. I want to see him be a more consistent scorer. I just want to see. what
Because
he's gonna
let's
look
be
like.
honest, Kawhi Leonard did not play that well the first 2 games of the finals, and we thought we were golden.
But
we were sitting there pretty. We're going back to Miami 1-1, and then Kawhi Leonard took his game to
but the thing
another
about this
level,
team-
and we got crushed, and we're sad, and I hate basketball.
the thing about this team is they don't need one guy to just be like to just go off because they just plug guys in and they do their job and
They had
they
one guy
share
that
the
went
ball
off.
and
They're
they
so
end up with
good.
120
They're so
points.
good.
Like they just do that.
We're doing all this talking, and they're just so good. It
I
doesn't
hate
matter
them.
what their record is. Doesn't matter where they
Like-
play.
So we're gonna
When
say
the players start, they're going to be passing the ball around, and they're
So
going to
we'll
make
say
their
they'll be
slow
number
players
one.
look like the Flash.
They
They might not have the best record, but in terms of
'Cause they're
power
gonna
ranking,
coast.
they're number one. They're the favorite.
They're gonna coast through the season and get a 2 seed and then
I'm still afraid of them One time I went on YouTube and looked at that amazing second quarter they had in Miami.
When they scored like 100 points
Yes,
and missed
and
one shot.
I was legit traumatized that I still remember that. I went in my YouTube history and deleted that.
Oh God.
There are twerk videos in my YouTube history. Didn't delete those. I deleted the Spurs destroying the Heat.
I ain't scared.
I'm scared. They're great.
Yeah.
We're keeping
2
it.
seed.
We're keeping it in Texas. Houston. They should have been making some
Houston,
noise,
Atlanta,
but
Vegas.
a lot of questions have been asked about Dwight Howard and James Harden's leadership.
I think they're gonna take.
What
a step
happened
back.
the last time Houston played a game in the NBA?
They got
John, run the track.
track.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah, Damian Lillard happened to them.
But yeah, I think they're gonna take a step back. After Chandler Parsons was let go, you heard the Rockets front office.
What a horrible move.
They were talking
That was
trash.
terrible.
Dwight Howard, Josh Harden, and James Harden were talking trash, saying, they were the stars, blah, blah, blah. Everything works around them. But Chandler Parsons was a huge part of that team. A huge part of that offense. Other than Harden, he was the only one that could create his own shot.
So they replaced him with Nick Johnson.
Now they replaced
With-
him with
with
Trevor
Trevor
Ariza.
Ariza.
No, but Nick Johnson is going to move to whatever he did because Nick Johnson, he could shoot the ball.
He's gonna be like a backup point guard. He's gonna.
I mean, Trevor Ariza can shoot. Like,
Trevor-
and
He's
there was
a catch and shoot kind of guy, but Chandler Parsons literally did everything.
No, he can't create like he could attack off the dribble and he could shoot set, but he can't create like Chandler Parsons.
He's nothing
Yeah.
like Chandler Parsons.
I mean, Trevor Ariza did have a window to become like a
He is a better defender.
above
though.
average player when the Lakers beat the Magic in the finals, and
Yeah, he blew
Trevor Ariza was
He
really,
wanted to
really
get away
great.
from Kobe.
He wanted to get away from Kobe and he left, but can he reclaim that? What he was in Houston, and Houston decided to let him go. They were like, nah, not good enough. Let's go let someone else play.
I don't know, but I think Terrence Jones is gonna make the leap.
yeah.
Kentucky guy. Nah, for real, because I think this
Kentucky guys
Of course he
everywhere.
is.
the power forward position is his, and I think if he could hit threes, because they wanted a power forward. I know they were trying really bad to get Ryan Anderson,
Yeah.
but if they could get if he can knock down threes, he's gonna make the leap because he does everything else. He reminds me of Lamar Odom, like he rebounds.
I
handles
just
the ball
don't. I
passes.
mean, I'm surprised that they didn't try harder to upgrade at the point guard position. I mean,
Dude.
Patrick Beverly is a nice little story. He
No,
harasses
he's
people,
not.
but Patrick Beverly is not a starting point guard that's getting anything
They are going to
done.
try to go get Rondo, and they're going to be competing with the Knicks. To
They don't have the
try to get
pieces
Rondo.
though. You know why? Because they keep trying to get a late second round picks. Like who are you gonna trade Rondo?
I
for?
can see
honestly-
Nick Johnson taking that job. Actually,
I think Isaiah Cannon is gonna take that job.
Nick Johnson has some Russell Wilson in him. I can see that happening.
No.
He has curly
because
hair.
he's light. No, I think Isaiah Cannon.
Light-skinned good guy.
I think Isaiah Cannon is gonna start. I think they've been taking.
I thought he was gonna
take.
take.
I
I thought he
mean-
was gonna play last year, but I was surprised by the fact that he didn't.
You know what the real story of the Rockets is? That they failed in getting everyone who they tried to get this
Chris
offseason.
Bosh.
That
What
is
is,
true.
what,
They
what,
made those
I
moves with a
was
Zeke
so-
and
listen.
Lamb to try get Chris Bosh, to try get Carmelo Anthony.
Chris Bosh
and
would've
come
fit-
back with a super team.
He would have fit in great on
Listen,
that team.
this
too.
would have been a
They would have
completely
been the favorite.
different podcast if they got Chris Bosh. The few days when that was all that was being talked about, I was so scared. I didn't even talk to people. I was so nervous.
It was
with-
just a.
But Chris
the
Bosh
NBA
is about that life.
365-year
Just because you
league,
got
like,
strip clubs, that doesn't make your city good enough.
I was so nervous.
horrible
My God.
public transportation. I hear.
Thank you, Melo and Chris Bosh, for not going to Houston.
for not caring about basketball decisions.
But
Unlike
yeah.
LeBron, who is all about basketball decisions. I hate you, LeBron. I miss you so much.
I
But yeah, so this team is a playoff
Akron
team.
is
they,
awful.
They won't make noise in the playoffs. They won't.
They will not make.
They
No, I
flame
mean,
out.
Howard and Harden is Harden going to improve on defense? See, now there's more people than Damian Lillard who need to improve on defense.
Yeah,
and
he did.
No.
yeah, he won't, right?
And then
Like
they
he
have-
saves his energy
Like-
for offense.
and who's their best guy? Like who's the best like backup wing? Like
So
Rivera?
do you
Garcia?
think? Do you think they go after JJ Barrera?
Yeah, probably they could use him.
They need all the point guard help they can get.
So they need to get someone from the Suns.
Yes, that is what
Yes.
they need.
Anybody.
Yes,
Give us
anyone.
anybody.
Just give us anyone.
They really can
We'll
take
take-
any one of the Suns' point guards.
We'll take Dragic's brother. Like,
yes,
we don't care.
they actually
it's like
would.
it's like the Suns are cheating. Like, what are you doing? Why would you just
They
forward
have,
point guards?
they have to be trying to package that somehow because it makes no sense to me.
But then who does Houston give them that makes sense and doesn't take away from them?
They
being
give a
like
draft pick.
Monty Eunice.
No.
I think they need him though.
they do.
They need him, and I think they lost a Sheik too, so that saps them
yeah.
with depth.
Oh, we're gonna get to that when we get to New Orleans.
Yeah, that big man depth
I'm
is
not
really.
into-
They're gonna be a playoff team. They're not. Gonna
I'm
be.
not interested in watching Houston play.
Yeah, me either.
and
I like Isaiah
watch Dwight
Cannon.
Howard have horrible post ups.
Isaiah Cannon is gonna average 15 a game. Bold prediction.
And I'm looking forward to the James Harden doesn't play defense video this year.
It's gonna be great.
Because it's always so funny just to watch him
It's
not
like,
do
oh,
stuff.
yeah. That's great. Yeah, Houston terrible. Anyway, moving on. Dallas, the team that got Parsons.
Dirk and Parsons.
Third team in the
Yeah.
Texas Triangle.
Not one, but
John's
two
John's on
important
fire.
pieces.
Texas Triangle.
Two.
Fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
They brought Tyson Chandler back,
They
so they're going to the finals.
They look like a good team, but then they got a bunch of fragile guys like Jermaine Nelson. Like Jermaine Nelson is their starting point guard.
Thank God
won a
Jermaine
job.
Nelson's out of Orlando.
You
He
have
was
to be
holding
so
the
happy.
entire city of Orlando.
He looked
hostage.
depressed though.
for
Like
10
he looked
years.
like he didn't really want to be there as much as
He
they
did.
didn't want
He
to.
loves Orlando
Yeah.
so much, but I don't know how much Orlando loves
here's
him.
my Jameer Nelson story in Orlando when we were covering
Oh yeah,
one of
Hey,
the
James.
games.
someone's
Yeah.
staging.
James.
Someone's
So
staging.
we're going to the locker room to get an interview, right? And it's me and this girl that went into it, and he saw the UCF stuff we had, and he's like, "Oh, where's UCF?" And I said, "Bro, you were there yesterday for the EA Sports event. You know exactly where UCF is."
He lives in the city and doesn't know. Amazing.
And
And
it-
the NBA players in a bubble.
And he was there
And
the
it's-
day
he was
before.
In his defense, it is Orlando.
Orlando's awesome.
How dare you, Tage?
No, it's not.
How dare Talk about Alameda or whatever.
Yeah, you stick to your place. Okay?
Anyway, they got a
you
guy
go
who used to
ahead.
live in Alameda, Monte Ellis. There we go. Monte Ellis, he had a low key really solid year. He averaged about 25.
Are we
He-
gonna practice the Monte Ellis handshake that he does?
What's-
That's too complicated.
That's too
Monte
complicated.
Ellis.
That's too much. I'll get tired doing that. Like if I had to do that 3 times,
Yeah, but imagine how cool we would look as if we just walked up to each other and just like. Bah, bah,
we
bah.
would really be look like a gang.
Yeah, we look like
Okay, let's start.
Throw up those tens.
Let's
Know what
not.
I'm saying? Nah,
But we
nah.
got to do something simple
Men of
first.
fraternity actually do that.
Yeah, he does things like that. I mean, this team,
Excuse me.
they're gonna be good. They're gonna make second round. They're gonna be.
I think losing Vince Carter really hurts them, though.
Did you say that ironically?
No,
No, he-
Vince was good with them.
Vince in the
Do you
playoffs
for-
was clutch,
do you
man.
forget
You got
that
Chandler Parsons.
He hit a game-winning shot against the Spurs. They were the only team that had a legit chance of beating the Spurs in the playoffs last year.
They got Chandler Parsons.
They
Rick
do have
Carlisle thinks he's
No,
fat.
they do have Chandler Parsons, and he helps their starting spot.
We're
but
saying they
Vince
could have
Car-
kept him. Though.
But Vince Carter was good for their depth. I mean,
They
coming
got
off the
Ricky
bench,
Ledoux
right?
and Devin Harris.
I think
is that the
that's
guy
all-
from True Detective?
I think that's
Yes,
I think
Reggie
that's our
Ledoux.
point. They have Devin Harris and I don't believe in
Woody
any
Harrelson
franchise that
killed
still
him.
has Raymond Felton. I'm sorry.
The most out of shape
I
NBA
feel like
player of
Raymond
all
Felton
time.
is the worst point guard. In the
Like,
NBA.
can he be motivated to
I
do
feel like
anything?
he's this close to being a Martin or Lawrence stunt double.
How is he
He's-
still in the NBA? What happened to that whole hitting his girlfriend
Yeah,
and
with
the gun thing?
Yeah.
How do you get away with stuff like that?
He went
Nobody
to
in the-
Texas. You know what? You could do that in Texas.
You can apparently do it in the NBA, but if he was an NFL player, he would have been out of there.
Yeah, no.
Quick, fast, and hurry.
There was no video.
So anyway, they have Raymond Felton. They're not gonna make the finals.
I mean, Rick Carlisle's a great coach.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If
They
Rick,
can stay
if they
healthy.
get
I think
the
he's gonna
right matchups, their matchup was the Spurs.
Yeah.
And they took the Spurs to 7. Who's to say what happened?
I
if
think
they
they're-
get
it
anyone
still
else?
is.
I think they're a better team than they were last year. I really do believe on paper, like if they
I
stay
feel
now
healthy,
they
he
have
is-
Tyson to
I
anchor.
feel like he is finally gonna find the right thing to do with Al Farouk.
You know what this is
I've
like,
been waiting
though?
on that for a while.
Rick Carlisle and the Dallas Mavericks and Mark Cuban, they let Tyson Chandler go, or Mark Cuban, and now they finally have him back. They never got to really defend their title. I feel like they think that this is a year that they can make some noise.
Oh, jeez.
Dallas is my make some noise team in this division.
Lawnmower noise.
they're gonna be a good team, John.
Shotgun.
Whoa.
All these teams in the division are good.
Shotgun. That's right. I said it.
We're talking so Memphis, we have a team that actually made noise in the playoffs.
Marc Gasol, beast.
They got a great inside game. They've been trying to add to the wing.
This is some awesome analysis by John.
Marc
Marc
Gasol
Gasol
is a beast. Marc Gasol is great. And more importantly, they have Tony Allen, who is the greatest.
And they have an addition of one Mr. Vince Carter. This
Yes.
is why people are picking them to make even more noise this year.
They're gonna make some noise
because they have
too.
Vince
You know,
Carter on
you know
this
what else
team.
they have was more important than all these guys?
Who's that?
Jordan Adams.
Yes,
I just-
because listen, this is I like
Here
the
we
fact
go.
that
Here we go.
I like the fact that their front office did everything they could do to address their biggest need for the last 3 or 4 years, which is outside shooting.
Jordan Adams is going to be
Courtney-
playing with Keno Burrows and Bennett Davis next year.
Courtney
in
Lee,
Europe.
Courtney Lee is
they
a
my
complete
boys.
player. He's good on
They-
he's good on the wing. Courtney Lee is a complete player. I feel like his jump shot's gonna improve.
Is-
I have no reason to say that. I just feel like it's
Memphis
gonna
is always a
Was
solid
his
team,
jump
though.
shot improving from Orlando?
Yes, and it's gotten.
He is
He's
a pretty
a
good
complete
jump
guy.
shooter,
It's
but,
gotten better.
He just can't do anything off the dribble.
Vince Carter is great on the wing. At this stage in his career, Vince Carter is a knockdown shooter. He was making shots all last year for the
And
Mavericks.
if there's any veteran who can mentor someone like Courtney Lee, it's someone like Vince Carter, who's been through all the
And-
stages of NBA
Vince
stardom.
Carter's
Imagine
gonna
if Vince
mentor
Carter
anybody.
had that
He's
shot
gonna
last
get them
year
checks.
when he was in Toronto.
and Jordan Adams. Jordan Adams is another
Oh.
good shooter that they added.
All right, now I want to talk about Nick Kalathis. He
What do you want to talk about, Nicolas?
this guy got suspended because he put a hair growth thing in his hair because he's bald at like 24, and he got suspended for
Hey,
PEDs.
hey, Tage, come on, leave bald people alone.
But see, no, you just went with it. He really has like a bald spot. He looks like
Ray Lewis.
But
I feel like Ray Lewis heard you in his company. That's why everyone went quiet. It's like I don't want to say anything bad about Ray Lewis.
I mean, just
Ray, I didn't say anything.
I
just
didn't
off
say
the
anything,
outside
Ray.
chance that Ray Lewis might hear something. No,
the people who hear you, Jesus, Santa Claus, and Ray Lewis.
all the time.
in
Yep.
your sleep, buddy.
Not gonna do
But
it.
Good luck, John.
so how much noise are they making? How much noise is the Grizzlies? They're gonna be a good team.
The West is so good.
Just-
I feel like everyone can make the Western
It's
Conference
a really
Finals.
noisy division.
this
This
division
team is
so
gonna
loud.
this team is gonna like win 50
It's like
games just
junking
on
it.
the strength of their grit, and it
So
may
much
not even
noise.
be enough.
But is Zach Randolph as useless as he looked in some of the playoff games?
I don't know, but Zach
He's
Randolph.
clearly regressing.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know why, but he still has something like.
He has the Marshawn Lynch, I'll kick your ass look of him that intimidates some
But he
teams.
will kick somebody's ass.
Yeah,
The
but
thing-
that doesn't help you in the playoffs when you're playing the Spurs?
The thing
though, 'cause
about
they
the
just
thing
pass the
about it
ball
is
around
though
you.
why he's always going to be effective is because I mean his game isn't based around athleticism, so he can do this same thing as he continues to get
Would
older.
you say he has deceptive speed?
No, he has no
No.
speed.
No, he has no speed and
He
no
doesn't even have
ups.
deceptive
it's not
speed.
even deceptive.
It's
He just
just not
jabs
deceptive.
He
seven
has,
and he does
he has
that
back
hierarchy
you down
jumper.
in the post and throw a left hook over you and
Yeah, his
drop a
game's so
shoulder on you.
unorthodox.
Like
It's,
that's
it's
just
really difficult to guard.
Does
Julius
Mike
Randle watched
Conley
that.
make the leap?
He's
He already
made the
did.
leap.
I think he
Yeah.
made
I
it
want him
last
to
year.
make
Great.
another leap.
I don't think he.
How
he
many
is what
leaps
he
can
is.
you make?
I think he made
He
it
can make
last
another
year.
leap.
He is what
Hold
he is.
on,
at
wait,
this
wait,
point.
wait. Everyone's like yelling at me about can he make a leap? John Wall made a leap, and you guys said that
John Wall is like
he can make
22,
another
Mike
leap.
Conley's like 27 or something like that. Like,
So he can make another leap. What are you trying to say?
no, 27-year-olds don't make leaps.
Yeah, they do.
They're on PEDs. Yeah, they do. Mike Conley is a great point guard though. Like
He is.
He's good.
he's really good.
Some people are late bloomers. You can make a leap.
I think he is a late bloomer. I think he bloomed late, and I
He
think
did
that,
bloom.
That was
his
last
bloom.
year.
I think that was
2
his
years
bloom.
So what? He's just not gonna get better. Like when
We're not saying he's not
He's
good, you know.
great,
We're
but
saying
he-
he made the
he
leap
is
last
what
year.
Yeah,
Yes.
he made the leap, but he didn't make the All Star team. He didn't make any.
He
He
should've-
didn't make third team All NBA or anything. So can he make the leap into the more elite level? Maybe it's because you're on this Damian Lillard.
Yeah,
is
with
gonna
Damian
take
Lillard
that
thing,
streak
I
out.
don't think he could do
I
that.
think Mike
Because
Conley.
Damian Lillard's going to be on the first, second, and third team, the first player ever to do it.
I think he needs
Yeah.
to.
No,
He
yeah.
needs to
Yeah.
fire his dad
It makes
because his
sense.
dad is his agent. He needs to fire his daddy and get whoever Dante Exum has.
Good call.
That's what he needs
Yes,
to do.
that's the leap.
That's the leap right there because he
That's
is
the
that
leap.
good. He just doesn't get recognition.
But what about that strip Westbrook had on him though? That was kind of amazing last year.
Yeah, that was.
I'll tell you, he wouldn't
dope.
strip.
I thought you was gonna talk about
Yeah.
Damian Lillard.
Gentlemen's Club. I'm disappointed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Has anyone been to Memphis?
Yes,
Um,
I have.
how
When
you
UCF played Georgia and beat them in the
Oh,
Liberty
Jesus.
Bowl.
Oh Jesus!
Why?
Oh.
Why did you do
You
that?
know what? Because I'm a point guard and I
Why?
distribute
He
the
just
ball.
threw John the
Everyone gets dunks in this.
Go to
Let me-
New Orleans.
Let me
Yo.
tell you something. Memphis Beale Street
Oh my
is amazing.
God.
Thank you, John.
Can
We're
you
going
walk
to New
around
Orleans.
with open containers?
Yes, you can.
That-
Boom! Another
that is
dunk.
great.
See that? I knew that story.
That
and I
is
set John up
great.
for that.
That's good stuff, guys. Anyway, we're gonna talk about New Orleans.
I feel there was sarcasm.
Ryan Anderson.
Ryan Anderson. Yay! My God.
Yes, John did it. John went through the whole
Obligatory
league.
white guy reference. He went through the
whole
entire
league.
league and did
And-
it. Good job.
Omar Seek.
Yeah,
Turkish.
it's not nearly as good as Ryan Anderson.
Yeah,
We like the Ryan Anderson one.
We like the American one.
You should have stuck the landing on that. And then
No,
just
no,
walked
there's
out.
two. Okay, there's two.
All right, you gotta.
I'm going out with a bang.
Yeah.
But this is a team we predict to make the league just off the strength of Anthony Davis. He
Anthony
averaged
Davis is
20 and 10, and
he's gonna
He's
destroy this year.
Apparently, 10th year seniors likes leaps, and we like noise.
we like noise and leaves.
Noise and leaps.
You know what I think will
He's
enable him to make the leap? Omer Ashik's presence, because
Yes.
he's like he could absorb. He's a big body. He could play in there, and then Anthony Davis could be in the mid post and the high post going to work.
Because New Orleans had him playing the 5 a lot, where he really should be slotted playing the
Not-
4.
Yeah, he's not
a
built for
5.
that. And their defensive presence will be amazing. Like they will protect the rim.
But like
They
I said,
will because Eric Gordon and Tyreek Evans are gonna let a
But
bunch
the
of
thing
people
is-
blow by them.
as good as Anthony Davis is, and as good as he was going to continue to develop to be, he will need help on the perimeter. He needs Eric Gordon to stay on the floor and play for the Bahamas. He needs Tyreek Evans to
To pass
fit.
the ball.
Yo.
He needs Tyreek Evans to fit on this team somehow.
do
Hold on,
something
wait.
except dribble
This is
right.
gonna determine how good this team is. When is the last time anyone saw Eric Gordon in Bamboo?
I saw him in Aura 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay. And you
No.
didn't see him in
No,
Bamboo
no.
last year.
Didn't
this
you
year?
say you
didn't
saw him
say
like
you
3
him in
months
Bamboo,
ago?
like this summer?
You know how
Yes.
drunk I was? I don't
You
remember
absolutely told
Yes.
us this story like 3 or 4 times.
You
If I told you
this
what
is-
happened,
okay,
I
let
was
me tell you,
hammered, bro.
just some inside baseball on what just happened. I tried to throw an alley-oop to Tage,
And he
just
didn't
now,
catch it.
and he was that player who
He
fumbled
bogged.
it out of
He
bounds.
bogged
Yeah.
an alley-oop.
Sprite.
It was such a good alley-oop too.
Sprite.
I was drunk. I don't remember that.
Sprite.
I see all kind of people everywhere. I'm important.
What?
Anyway, back to basketball.
But nah, they need production from the wing. They need
Is
consistent
Austin?
production.
Does he have a position yet? Is he a 1 or a 2? Can he run this team?
We talk about that at the Illuminati meetings all the time.
I think
It's the only reason he's still in the league.
I think only because of his daddy, he's in the league.
He's gonna end up on the Clippers this year. He's gonna end up on the Clippers.
So they're gonna
I
waive
honestly-
him?
I honestly don't think Doc Rivers would jeopardize his team to put Austin.
No.
Rivers on it.
I
don't
feel
see-
like no. I feel like he
He'll
has
send
the
him to the
capital.
Celtics.
Yeah,
Nah.
he'd just be like, yo, you guys owe me a solid. Someone in the NBA owes me after I saved you from that Donald Sterling fiasco.
I think no, because he has that capital with Steve Ballmer. Like, look, you wouldn't even have this team if it wasn't for me.
Here's
So,
what they have to
you
do.
need to cut Chris Douglas
what about-
Roberts.
Here's what they have to
No,
do. They
'cause
have
then
to.
you would probably unfollow him. So no, they're not gonna do it.
They
gonna
have
be
to.
in
They
Europe.
have to give minutes to Darius Miller. Darius Miller is a glue guy. Darius Miller is
where did he go to school?
He's someone that can provide leadership. He can provide outside shooting.
I can't remember where he
and
went to school.
He's really good friends with.
I feel like they
Anthony
bought him
Davis.
just to do Anthony Davis's homework.
I wouldn't be
Yes.
surprised if Russ Smith
Anthony Davis
makes
was one and done. He
noise.
did no homework.
Russ Smith to me, I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes a starting
I
point
feel
guard.
like
of this
Russ
team.
Smith can't.
I would be
start on this
completely
team.
surprised. He cannot. Over Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Russ Smith is a perfect 6 month. He has a career that's gonna be like Nate Robinson, Jamal Crawford, but Russ Smith's not running anyone's
like
team.
Drew
Wait, where's
Holiday-
Nate Robinson? I don't feel like we talked about
He's in
him.
Denver.
Denver.
Not watching.
But I feel
that.
like Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday has that
You forgot he went on Twitter to say what number should I choose,
Yes.
and he had a fan vote.
Yes, I did.
Drew Holiday has that Rodney Stuckey thing going on. When he was young, everybody thought he's gonna be so great, and then.
But
he's
didn't
just
Drew Holiday
never gonna
forgot
be
what
that
team
guy.
he played for last year?
Yeah.
When he went and he addressed the fans like, "Thank you, 76ers fans."
Oh, that was bad.
Oh,
He did marry a pretty hot soccer player though, so there's that.
Yeah. Way to go, Drew.
good job, Drew Holiday. That makes me think of this team in a whole different light. Then,
Yeah. Soccer player.
yeah. Good job.
I think this
Pelicans.
team comes up short though. Like they have so much
We
holes on.
started
the
so
wing.
high on Anthony Davis.
And now you think they're gonna come?
I
Hold on.
do like. I
Jimmer
don't think.
Fredette's on this team.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Jimmer.
Buckets! Buckets!
Oh. Sean, ending it on a high note.
Full protection. Jimmer Fredette is gonna win 6 man. of the
Comeback player of the year.
year. 6 man of the year. Jimmer Fredette.
Miss me with that.
I
CJ McCollum,
tried.
What?
Thomas Robinson.
What?
Thomas Base Guard Robinson.
Okay, but I mean, New Orleans is a team that could actually make some noise in the traditional sense of making some noise.
Here's the thing about the
And I'm
Western
going to be
Conference, though.
watching an entire.
It's so stacked.
I'm
I
going to
think-
be watching a whole lot of Dallas and New Orleans.
They're gonna
Tage,
win.
you're with me.
They're gonna win 48 games and like.
I
Not
think
make
from
the
1
playoffs.
to 12 in the Western Conference, everybody's making
This
noise.
is some good basketball.
Everyone's making noise in the Western Conference.
This is
It's
going to be.
ridiculous.
It's a good division.
It's like one bad team.
Can they
maybe two.
eliminate one of the divisions in the East, namely the one with the Celtics?
Like,
Next
the-
round?
I
Just
think-
let them out the league.
The
or just-
West should get to send 10 teams,
Yes.
They should.
and the East should only send 6.
There we
I
go.
really think
You
that they
solved
should
all
do
the
something
problems.
where if you have a better record and you're in another division, you should be able to leapfrog the lowest if they have a losing
Or
record.
you know what? Play a 3-game series, then let that determine.
So
if
like
you make the
baseball,
playoffs.
make a wild card
3
like
games too
baseball.
long. I want 1 game.
No, wild
Let's
card,
make it like
just
the
like in baseball.
Let's make it like the NCAA tournament. 1 game, play-in game.
So everyone makes it.
Do
Yeah.
it. No, not everybody. I'm saying fighting for those last spots.
No.
In the same scenario you described, but instead of 3-game series, 1 game.
Let the Illuminati meeting. They should discuss this.
So you
Y'all
just
talk-
I'll put it on.
so
the
it'll be the playoffs before the playoffs.
Yes, play-in game.
Yes, we need more playoffs.
More
Playoffs.
playoffs.
Primetime money. Anyway, we're done
going
with the
down.
West and with our
We're yelling timber.
NBA podcast.
You better
So
move.
We had fun doing this.
Heat in
Better
5.
dance.
Heat in 5.
Wait, we're not done. We're going to awards and predictions next.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna. You ruined it. Anyway, we're gonna do awards and predictions
You look
next.
so sad.
Seniors, nah, messed up my segue. Nope.
You said we were done. I'm sorry.
We done with the predictions.
Okay.
No Pinterest.